Hello viewers and welcome to another exciting episode of Erongo Talk. I'm your host Nicanor Nangolo and today we're here at the raft in Walvis Bay where as per usual we bring you your latest news updates, weather tides, and today we also chat with the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources Derek Klazen, who talks about the 200 isobar restriction zone, the state of the horse mackerel, hake and crayfish, as well as the impact of the rising diesel prices on the industry. So make sure to stay tuned. We'll be right back after the break. And now for our first story of the day, the Namibian Ports Authority, Namport, is expecting numerous passenger vessels to dock at both its ports. The Port Authority said that it's anticipating the arrival of 15 cruise ships at the port of Walvis Bay and 7 vessels to berth at the port of Lüderitz in November and December 2022. These vessels bring thousands of holidaymakers to the harbour towns who contribute significantly to the local tourism industry by spending money at local shops, making use of public transport systems, going on excursions, as well as purchasing souvenir items from vendors who specialize in local arts and crafts. As a key player in Namibia's economy, Namport is committed to ensuring that all visitors who disembark from passenger vessels do so in a safe and welcoming manner, as the Port Authority appreciates the value of these visitors, that the visitors add to the tourism industry and in turn inject income to the country's economy at large, said Elias Mwenyo, the executive for commercial services at Namport. Now, the first passenger liner to call will be the MS-8 Aura, which is scheduled to arrive at the port of Walvis Bay on the 10th of November. The 48,200-ton, 1,600 passenger ship became the first cruise ship to call at the port of Walvis Bay on the 2nd of January in 2020. 8 Aura is currently on a 27-day one-way from Bremerhaven to Cape Town cruise. The vessel is set to sail en route to Walvis Bay, from where it will sail for Lüderitz and arrive in Cape Town on the 14th of November. And now for our second story of the day, the Twin Hills Gold Project located in Karibib is on track to create 750 new jobs in the region and has already brought 224.6 million Namibian dollars of foreign direct investment to the Namibian economy. This was revealed in the 2021 sustainability report of the Canadian listed gold explorer and mine developer Osino Resources. Economic development guided by a sustainability approach that considers social and environmental issues and prioritize is essential to grow the Namibian society and economy that thrives over the long term, says Osino's CEO Hey Don. For-profit companies have a responsibility and an opportunity to make a lasting positive impact in communities where they operate. For this reason, we keep asking ourselves how we can maximize our long-term positive contribution to socio-economic development of Namibia and contribute to local economic growth, skills development, job creation, community well-being, and environmental stewardship. Don explains that responsible mining has been integral to Osino from its inception, and the sustainability report demonstrates that the company is well on its way to becoming Namibia's most responsible gold mining champion. Osino's responsible mining efforts and the report content are informed by the UN Sustainability Development Goals, the mining principles of the International Council of Mining and Metals, the global reporting initiatives, reporting standards and the Namibian best practice guide to mining. Now for our third and final story, the Ministry of Industrialization and Trade says its Buy Local Grow Namibia campaign last year was a resounding success. The Commerce Director for the ministry, Dina Nashidengo, said the company aimed to sensitize the Namibian people about the availability of local produced goods in local retailers. During this campaign, the ministry was joined by most of the big retailers that are signatory to the retail character, and this initiative was a resounding success, she said. Currently, the retail character is voluntary, and the ministry highlighted that it does not compel retailers to create shelf space for local produced goods. According to Nashindengo, the Namdea Trade Forum was established as public-private sector consultative and cooperation platform. NTF then facilitates communication and cooperation between the private and public sectors as a platform through which the government solicits business. The forum did not offer a comment at the time of publishing. Since the launch of the retail character, the ministry has observed a substantive number of locally produced goods that have found shelf space in local retails. This remarkable achievement is highly acknowledged through the recognition of retailers who have adhered to the government's call as encapsulated in the character, the ministry said. Now, if you want to read more on this or any of our other stories, you can check out our website. That's at www.erongo.com.na. Up next, we have our interview, so make sure to stay tuned. We'll be right back after the break.
Erongo Talk brings you community news in the Erongo region. Erongo Talk aims to reach coastal residents, keeping them updated on what's happening in their community. This show is broadcasted on NTV, 102.com, and cross-shared on the following Facebook platforms: Erongo, The Republican, Algemeine Zeitung, Namibian Sun, and Namibia Media Holdings. Erongo Talk focuses on community news, weather update, fishing report, helpful tips, as well as sport and entertainment. For news-related or advertising queries, contact Erongo Talk at synergy.com.na. Erongo Talk, our community, your news.
Honorable, the issue of the 200 bar, 200 isobar is a sensitive one. Can you please pronounce yourself on that one?
Thank you, Otis, for that question. It's a very sensitive issue. And it's not about me to pronounce myself about it. I mean, the 200-meter isobar, it's in the management plan of the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources. It's not in an act or so. And is how we want to protect and preserve our resources. And that was put in place already after independence by the former ministers that was there. And as I say, it's in the management plan of the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources. There was repeatedly requests from the industry to relax this 200-meter. The ministry itself, they did some research before with the industry on this matter, whereby the findings came out, and it was clear in the findings of the scientists and so on that it's not viable to go into the 200 meters because there was not real proof, to say that there's more fish inside the 200 meter than outside, especially during winter times, because research was done on that basis. Nevertheless, this year specifically, the pressure was very heavy on me, in the sense that winter has come early. Since May, the fish has disappeared, the horse mackerel per se. Yes. And especially the horse mackerel weight, they really struggled because they couldn't send their boats out, as it's very expensive to send a boat out to sea and when they return, they don't have enough catches. So by virtue of that, they felt that they want to go into the 200 meters to catch fish there. There is allegations that there is some boats and some companies that goes in the 200 and illegally steal the fish in the 200 and so on. And that is why they approach me and say, but why can we not go into the 200 meter also? Why can the ministry not relax this? And so on. And I've spoken to my scientists and so on, and they were very hesitant that we need to go into the 200 meters. I consulted a bit, and then I went also to cabinet on the matter, and cabinet was quite clear that this 200 meter and the protection of fish inside the 200 meter, it's coming since after independence. It's coming. And why would we want to go into the 200 now? They say, okay, if it can be done, then I need to come with substantive recommendation or submission to cabinet, whereby I have consulted widely in the industry, the different fisheries in the industry. In the 200 meters, also the spawning area of the hake as such. So I need to consult with the hake people. I need to consult wide with the industry. I need to sit with the scientists and consult with the scientists on this matter. And all these reports, it need to be resubmitted to cabinet so that cabinet can take an informed decision about the 200 meters. So it's not to say that Derek Klazen don't want to go in the 200 meter, the Ministry of Fisheries don't want to go. We are a country that's governed by laws, and we are in a collective decision. Whatever cabinet is deciding is a collective decision taken by the government.
Yes.
And we need to obey and respect that. So there's no use to attack Derek Klazen that he don't want to go on the 200, or to attack Derek Klazen because he wants to go in the 200 meter. No, that is not the case. It is, we want to do what is best for the country, Namibia. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable. You mentioned the current situation with regards to the hake stock and the horse mackerel. How's the industry doing?
Thank you again for that question, Otis. I'm very worried. I am really on the ground in Walvis Bay and Lüderitz, and I'm consulting. Like now, if I take the crayfish. In Lüderitz, the crayfish is the backbone of fishing in Lüderitz, And the crayfish people, the season is starting in November till March, end of March. So we used to have a winter season where the crayfish, whereby fish call used to have a right that people can go where they divide the quota, and boats could go out during the winter and catch fish. That agreement came to an end this year. We relooked the situation, and we came up with a new agreement that fishers could go out in the winter. They couldn't catch any fish. There was just no fish for them. That is where the crayfish is concerned. Whereby we need to relook the situation in Lüderitz also with the crayfish. So that's also a really not a good situation that we're having. But during the open season, they when they catch near to the shore, then they catch the fish they need to catch they even overcatch a bit, which is not good, but it means the stock is healthy. Although when we do our research, we find that it's not that healthy as I mentioned, but nevertheless the fish is there during the season time, and that's why the TAC that we determined is best to also preserve the fish so the fish can grow. The serious concern I'm having with hake was that I understand from the hake industry that the catches was not good during the winter months for hake also. And what was mostly disturbing was because of the war that we are having roaming in Russia and Ukraine, it caused that fuel prices went up. We all know that if fuel goes up, everything else goes up. And by virtue of that, it's very expensive for boats to go out to sea. They use basically double the amount of fuel which they used to use. And that expense is very costly for the industry per se. And then it takes them longer also to fill the boats up, with fish. So that is a serious concern for the industry as such. And they are really making losses because of this. Where the horse mackerel is concerned, I just explained the situation of the horse mackerel. During winter months, the horse mackerel is just not there. While the freezer boats, when they used to go out, because freezer boats, they are trolling and they can catch throughout the winter months. They used to go out for 12 to 15, 16 days. Then they can fill up the boats with the amount of tons that's needed, 1,200 tons or so. Now, during the winter months, the same boats went out, and now it takes them twice as long, maybe up to 28 days to catch the full load, and to come in. Now imagine if a boat that used to go 12 days out is now going 28 days. It means they need to spend so much longer at sea, and the amount of diesel they are using, and fuel and whatever extra cost involved. So that is what is quite concerning for the fishing industry. So yes, it is not going well in the fishing industry currently. And then there is other matters also where labor is concerned, possible people losing their jobs and so on. So as a Ministry of Fisheries and a Ministry of Labour, we're trying our best to see how we can mitigate in the situations. But really, I need to thank you for coming out and to interview me this morning, and I needed to set the record straight on some issues. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable.
Market Watch is a daily publication covering the most important market-related topics. You'll find the economic indicators and company news in brief on a daily basis. Market Watch also features interesting and informative focus topics like medical, properties and cars weekly. The ever-popular classifieds as well as tenders and vacancies can also be found in the Market Watch, which is a part of the daily NMH newspapers, namely Republican, Algemene Zeitung and Namibian Sun, reaching audiences all over the country and possible new clients.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with the winners of this year's bridal competition for the year 2022. On behalf of NMH and Republican in particular, we just want to congratulate you once again.
Thank you.
Can you quickly tell us how does it feel knowing you've won this competition?
I can go. It feels amazing. It's been an amazing journey and we're so happy. We're really so happy. We can't even express our joy.
We spoke a little bit off camera and you said you've been feeling lucky the whole day and you've won something earlier today at the expo. Quickly tell us about that experience.
Well, so when we got here, my wife went around and she was scanning the code.
Yes.
And then she had points that we could scan and then spin. So when we did the spin, that was the last one left. And I said, babes, I'm going to do this one. And I did it. And we won 1,000.
Well done.
Absolutely. And I said to her, we are winning this thing today. And it has happened.
Quickly tell us, what was your experience like during the competition?
It's been very exciting and a bit of stress here and there, but Jereen has made it very easy. She's been very nice to work with. Just a bit of tense because we had to travel a lot, but it's been an amazing journey.
What made you enter this competition?
What made me enter the competition? A lot of people sent me the advert and they actually said, Sylvia, your wedding was beautiful. For me, it's been the most beautiful wedding that I've seen this whole year. Please enter this competition. So that motivated me to enter the competition.
Well, we are very glad that you did enter it and you look stunning. enjoy all those lucky prizes you received.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Every Namibian, young and old, needs and wants to know what is happening in Namibia and the world. Namibian Sun provides exactly that. We cover Namibian and international as well as community news. Some of these stories are also delivered in Oshuambo. We pride ourselves as a leading source of sports news from all coasts locally and internationally. And on Fridays, we bring you the latest entertainment updates and what's hot on the Namibian events calendar in our weekly chill section. Namibian Sun brings you Market Watch on a daily basis, our informative, economic news-focused publication.
In Business 7, you get the latest news on current economic, financial, and business matters in Namibia. The bi-weekly printed edition features informative graphics, articles, and in-depth analysis of burning issues, in a way that caters for ordinary Namibians and business connoisseurs alike. We crunch the numbers that matter, decipher statistics that shape Namibian lives, discuss smart money, and explore the impact of global development locally. Money makes the world go round, so catch our printed edition in the Namibian Sun, Republican, Algemene Zeitung on a bi-weekly cycle.
And unfortunately, we have come to the end of our episode here. But for more news, you can check out our website. That's at www.erongo.com.na. That's www.erongo.com.na. You can also send us your news tips at newstips@erongo.com.na. Or you can share with us your story on our WhatsApp and our Telegram at 0811 7040. That's 0811 7040. Now, you can also follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Alternatively, you can check out our online channel. That's 102.com. Or you can simply check us out on DSTV channel 285 or on GoTV channel 94. Now, that was all for today's episode. Until next time, it's adios.